shorter video again today, but we made some updates to the site just given I got up pretty late today. I'll be completely honest, it was not a productive day, but I did want to get in the repetition of again just putting in a little bit of work towards our end goal. So given our prototype site is very simple, I guess is the best word to say. I added some fluff as far as the content seen as the homepage, just to give it a little bit more substance and volume. So essentially what we had done is we had added insight as far as what is the use case behind, creating the projects that we're building with the smart contracts. Given we want to make this, like I've said before, as accessible as possible for people to be able to put assets on chain, this gives a brief explanation just based on what I told ChatGPT based on a previous conversation. So essentially, picking up where we had left off yesterday, I let it know, great, got it linked as far as like the Discord and the YouTube. And then I gave it some insight as far as like, what we're actually doing with the NFT projects. Our goal as far as allowing as many people as possible to put assets on chain. And I pretty much just copy and pasted some messages from a conversation I had on Instagram. So while it wasn't perfect as far as, the understanding that I think was conveyed to ChatGPT, again, it's giving a little bit more volume and substance to our site because originally this was, it looked pretty similar to how this looks, the founders page, super bland. So, we'll be working to integrate some different aspects to, again, make our template look a little bit nicer. Again, this is just a template. And so we will be editing this when we come to start, building actual projects. But nonetheless, it is still a great opportunity for us to learn the process of, building a site, adding different features, different aesthetics, and overall, giving a, secure and I don't know if warm's the right word, but giving an environment that people feel good about navigating the website. It's simple to use, it's easy to understand. So yeah, that's kind of what we've got so far. And honestly, I'm thinking too, given we want to make this easy for people to take advantage of, we could also even put like a contracts page. So, instead of obviously we'll have to play around with this, but I want a site where people can come on there. They've got an idea for the asset they want it back with a smart contract, and they just pretty much just put in the inputs for the smart contract, how much each NFT is going to be sold for, what's the total supply, what's the name of your project, and then what are the photos you want for, the NFTs themselves. Just simple, but, easy for people to add in. And that way, instead of having to learn, Solidity, Remix, it's simple. Honestly, it doesn't take that long, but people are lazy and, people value simplicity. There's a reason why billionaires will spend tons of money on buying a private jet. It's because they value the time more than the money. And so if you can save people time on learning a process and implementing a process, they'll pay you for it. Now, whether or not we're going to actually extract a fee for allowing people to use our tech, I'm honestly debating because more people are going to be able to utilize this if there is no fee, even if like they will have the money, obviously, given they're going to have the asset. But trust is a huge thing again in the space. And so I don't want, no fee to be like, okay, like how do you make money? Like what's your benefit? And that suss people out. But at the same time, like I don't want people being like, oh damn, like I have to, realize that the value is way above some crazy price range, which I don't think, I don't think 800 or, a couple $1,000s is a crazy price range. But again, we want this to be as attractive as possible for people who are still learning to understand what the blockchain can be used for to come on, use our tech, and create the environment that we need to really start building the business that's going to rake in the revenue. Which is again, that's going to be what we're building more so with the collateral contract. So simple video for today, but again, I think if you spend just a little bit of time working on a goal on a project, even if it's just a little bit, it's better than nothing. And so we brought in our rep for today as far as just building some stuff on here. And we will have to make sure that we actually, are up to utilize the majority of the day to be productive, whether it's making money or building towards our long-term endeavors. Now, as far as our habits tracker, towards the end of last week, we're actually starting to get some good traction. I don't know if it was the end. I mean, you guys can just see here, like this period from like the very start of November, end of October to like November 5th, November 6th was relatively productive. I would say November 6th was our last heavily productive day. And today is Monday now. So we need to get back on track. I need to even just update this because you guys can see I haven't even been tracking things. It's just been kind of all over the place. Whoops, didn't need to do that. But we need to get back on it because again, if you are not measuring your progress, it's very hard to, see and consistently see, most importantly, results on a long-term scale. We're building these habits because we want to become the person capable of building an 8, 9, 10-figure company. And what I'm doing now, like sleeping in to fucking midday and, and just not eating, not taking care of my health, it's not going to be able to push me towards those goals, becoming the person I need to do to accomplish them. So I need to get back on this. I will say an adjustment that I did make to our what's it called, our time chunker, is kind of adding some stuff here over on the side. So this is something that throughout the day, as I'm taking notice of my time, how it's being spent, I can also quantitatively track, okay, like how many hours today was I productive, how many hours was I not productive, what did I actually spend that time on. And I've kind of broken this up into each of the different categories that is what's it called, like just most useful as far as the resources that are used for building a project, a business. I mean, you're going to need time, knowledge, resources, and connections for doing really anything that's meaningful in life. So we've got that here as far as being able to track and take account of things. And then we've also got below the different methods of leverage. So capital, code, content is another big one. So I do need to organize this a little bit better because it's not all that greatly organized. But again, it is something that I have implemented, or at least changed. I need to start implementing this so again I can start taking better account of my time and doing better with consistently following my schedule. So we're going to end off here. It might not be the most refined video as far as like production edits. I do want to get to bed at a good time, and it's 9:30, and I've said that like the last couple of days. So I need to actually do it. I need to go to fucking bed before 12, and there's no excuse why I can't, especially if I just spend minimal time editing, post this up, and then spend the next couple hours doing my unwinding process. Just because for anybody who is into health, if you look into Brian Johnson, he talks about the importance of sleep. And one of the things he does recommend is having a routine before going to bed. So we're going to get on that. And with that being said, I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.